Yo, my people, man. Yo, it's like there's constantly something going on within the UK scene and that, bro. I ain't complaining. There's always things to talk about. You know what I mean? There's things to react to and that, bro. But wagwan, man. Wagwan. We got the UK's princess and them all in drama and that. What happened? Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna react to the actual clip of CHUNKZ and Maya Jama. Then we're gonna watch the Sidemen clip. Then we're gonna watch a response that she put in the comment section or whatever. And we're actually gonna watch the CHUNKZ shot on the whole like thing. Obviously, the clip's bad. You know what I mean? It's not like bad all my days, but it's bad. You know what I mean? And the maddest thing is about clips, people always will clip the worst parts. Even if the clip is bad, people will still clip the worst parts and not give context. Because I saw the anyway, we'll get into it. We'll get into it and that, fam. So first of all, let's react to this flipping clip.
So I've got like some little random questions to end this off. Who do you prefer? Beta squad or Sidemen?
It's a very clear beta squad for me.
Yes!
Wow. What? Do you like that, bro? Standard.
I'm way closer with them lot.
Yeah.
And I like Toby. I get on with Toby. And I get on with KSI.
Yeah.
But I don't really know the rest of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
And they're like, just my
not your kind of peeps, yeah.
Just but like you said, private school, different upbringing to us.
Yeah, it's just,
Just
you know
more
what I mean?
relate. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
nothing wrong
No
with it.
offense, they smashed it. Well done from being rich.
Yeah. What's something people don't know about?
It's that face, bro. That face is the problem, bro. That face right there that she did in the comment of, you know what I mean, well done for being rich, is the biggest problem out of this whole clip, and I'm not understanding why she did it. So I got some little notes in that, bro, because obviously I seen this from like day before yesterday or whatever. So first point, if you have nothing good to say, don't say anything. And I'm going to remix that because people always say that if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything. But it's actually, if you don't have anything good to say and you don't have any positive criticism, don't say anything. Because we can't just go just giving compliments to every single person. At the end of the day, people do BS, people do F3. Even with Sidemen and that, they've done a lot of F3 over the years and that, bro. You know what I mean? You hold them accountable and that, bro. But if you also don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything whatsoever. If everything that you're going to say is negative, just don't say it, bro. Because there was no reason for Maya Jama to be in this situation right here and that. Because from when she said this right here.
Who do you prefer? Beta squad or Sidemen?
It's a very clear beta squad for me.
Yes!
Wow. Yeah, it's not even a little guess, but I'm way closer with them lot.
Yeah.
End it there. That's all she had to say. End it right there, bro. That's literally all she had to say on the whole situation. The fact that you added on what you said, it's not like it was positive criticism or something good. It was all negative. Private school, well done for being rich, with a little smirky of, like, you know what I mean? I don't know why she said any of that, bro. There was no need to say any of that right there. Then we got the second point. Out of everything she said, it was the well done for being rich with the sound effect and the look of saltiness / hate.
They smashed it. Well done from being rich.
Yeah.
That look, I don't know if I should call it saltiness. I still don't know what that look is in that. But you see right now, yeah, if a mystical being came down to earth and said, Jais, for the rest of your life, you will gain no more information. You can only know one more thing that you want to know, and that in life and them thing. I want to know why Maya Jama made that face, bro. Literally, bro. If I, bro, stay like this, you're not saying gain no more knowledge, but I can know one more thing in life. I want to know why Maya Jama said that and made that face right there and that, bro, because it doesn't make sense. And the thing is with Maya Jama, she's constantly happy, she's constantly jovial on the internet. And we obviously know people ain't like that 24/7 and that, bro. But even with her situation with Stormzy and all of that type of stuff, I never saw anything where she was out of quote unquote character from what we normally see on the internet. So to see this being the first time I'm seeing her kind of have some sense of, I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what to call it, whether it's slight hate, whether she had a certain situation and she never really voiced it, whether she saw something that she didn't like, whatever that look was in that, bro. The fact that this was the first time I was seeing it and it was towards the Sidemen, and what she said didn't really have any merit for her to make that face, and that makes me believe in them thing there, bro. That I don't know, there's something here and that, bro. Whether she doesn't like them, like I said, whether there was a whole situation, I do not know, bro. But that look right there and what she said and that, bro, was the biggest problem for me. You know what I mean? The biggest problem for me, because I don't know why she did it. You know what I mean? Then we got the third thing in that, if you don't have the information on the situation, don't say anything. And that's probably just the whole, what do you call it, private school comments, because she literally said she's cool with Toby and KSI and then mentioned private school. And then KSI is obviously one of the people that went to private school, so you obviously don't have all the information. But like I said, I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes even when I'm doing reactions, it's like you want to say more things than that, bruv, so the people watching can find the video interesting, or you're not just literally just sitting there reacting to a video. Maybe she was in a similar situation where she just wanted to expand more on the situation, but didn't expand in the right way, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes that literally happens. You want to say more things and you want to give more of an explanation, but by trying to give more of an explanation, you make it even worse. So maybe that's what happened right there. So you just try to add on a little bit and added on a little bit too much and that, bro. You know what I mean? And then it was the whole situation with CHUNKZ, because all the comments was, oh my days, CHUNKZ has no backbone, he has no spine, da 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 da. Why didn't you say anything? Oh my days, he's a snake, and that even with the Young Philly situation, he never said anything. And that, first of all, let's throw that situation out the window and that, bro. You know what I mean? Because with him and the Young Philly situation and that, bro, there's legal reasons to why a man can't talk in an active flipping case and that, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, CHUNKZ is responsible for a lot of different people, and bro, him being connected to that right there publicly, you know what I mean, definitely affects things. You know what I mean? And people always say, oh, but it's the man them. At the end of the day, I do not spend 24/7 of my time with the man them and that, bro. You spend a lot of time apart, and you, bro, you don't even know yourself 100%, never mind know anyone else 100% and that, bro. So he might be in a mind where he doesn't know what Young Philly did, if he did it, da da da. But even if he did or didn't, in public and that, bro, that can hurt him. You know what I mean? And like I said, he's one of the heads of his family, if not the main person. That's, you know what I mean, the breadwinner and them thing. They're doing things for his family. He's the main person that has to be in position. So if he now gets taken out of that position or goes down a couple of levels or whatever and that, bro, monetarily, financially and that, bro, fame, status wise and all of that, bro, now that's affecting people around him and that, bro. So I do not blame him for not saying anything for legal reasons and also for the image and all that type of stuff. Because even though it's what's the word? Because people always say, always have your morals and principles over money and all of that type of stuff. So even though it is kind of harsh, what I'm saying is the truth at the end of the day and that, bro. You know what I mean? We live in a very sensitive world. But where the problem is now, because this is the other thing, people don't know what CHUNKZ has said or done behind the scenes when it comes to that whole situation. Has he talked to Young Philly? Is he in regular contact? Now, if he isn't in regular contact with Young Philly, that's probably where people can start to say, yo, not gonna lie, you're kind of brazy for that. Even behind the scenes, you're not even checking on the monument and seeing what the situation is and da 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 da. That would be brazy, but at the end of the day, we don't have the information. So just put that one to the side right there and that. And when it comes to this situation specifically, bro, you man realize CHUNKZ is in drama 24/7. Yo, every other week, yeah, CHUNKZ is getting dragged into something. I think I even saw a clip. No, it was the Harry Pinero, when he did the podcast with him and Harry Pinero. He literally said in that podcast that there was people online mad at him because he said, instead of saying like Somalia or something like that, he said Somaliland, and then he also mentioned his tribe, and apparently people like were online bashing him and all of that type of stuff. Yo, this guy cannot catch a break, bro. No matter what it is, week after week, month after month, year after year, this guy is constantly getting dragged into situations and that, bro. Whether he has said something wrong or hasn't and that, and more times he doesn't, bro. People just have a problem more times when people just say anything nowadays and that. People will find a problem with anything. So him not saying anything in that moment, it could be PTSD, you know what I'm saying, and that, bro. It could be the fact that people were saying that, oh, he's friends with Sidemen. Why didn't he say anything? He's also friends with Jama. Now he's stuck in the middle. Just like how Jama might have said too much in that, bro, by trying to over-explain the situation. Now CHUNKZ might have also kind of premeditated that if I say something here or say the wrong thing, now that's getting taken out of context as well and that, bro. You know what I mean? But this is what I'm saying. People are not thinking about every single different what do you call it, lane when it comes to these situations that people are saying, oh my days, he's a snake. Bro, he's friends with both of them. The guy's constantly getting dragged into drama and that, bro. Now it's another situation. That's why he even did that little nervous laugh, like, oh my days, Piper. Like, you know what I mean? Another situation. So there could have been a multitude of reasons why he didn't say anything then and there. Also, when people are watching and that, bro, and the cameras are on and them thing there, it's also a different kind of pressure. It's easy for when you're at home, no one's watching you and that, bro, and commenting on things and people on the internet and that, bro. Even though people are doing every and find themselves in saying the wrong things and doing the wrong things, sometimes isn't just the case of them just being a bad person or whatever. It's genuinely just sometimes things can get to you, or you say the wrong thing, or because there's so many people and so many different pressures with this internet thing and that, bro. You know what I mean? You end up doing certain things and that, man. So there could be a multitude of reasons to why CHUNKZ didn't say anything, but now just putting all the blame on him and them thing there for why he didn't say anything is kind of brazy. People were also saying, oh my days, you literally didn't stick up for the people that made you. Like, bro, let's be honest. I think I even searched it up yesterday, bro. When I even searched it up yesterday, I searched up, CHUNKZ, Sidemen. I think they've literally done one collab, bro. The Tinder videos, and that's it. Them going on to, what do you call it? JD Sports or whatever. That isn't like, oh, my dear Sidemen putting him on and that, bro. That's all of them having a contract or a deal with a company and them thing, and then all of them doing a video together, bro. Like the way people be talking and just saying anything and that, bro, they made you da. No, they didn't, bro. And even if CHUNKZ was on 20, 50, 100 videos, at the end of the day, when CHUNKZ was grinding with AJ Shabil, Darkest Man, in his mum's yard, all of that type of stuff, the Sidemen weren't there and that, bro. At the end of the day, he put himself in a position where he could be recognized, and then other people that are bigger than him within that industry now also recognize what he's doing and then bring him onto their platform. That's not someone making them. That's you putting yourself in the right positions and working hard and all of that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, he wasn't putting 50 and 100 videos, like 1 or 2 and that, bro. So you might just be saying anything, bro. Like that whole they made you type of thing, just be getting thrown about and that, fam. Even like Deji and KSI or situations like that and them thing that you could say, oh, KSI made Deji, but at the end of the day, he had to perform. You know what I mean? He also had to put in the work to get to those positions. I feel like putting on is literally like taking some unknown person, let's say wasn't doing content, taking them, giving them the money, giving them the camera, giving them the place, and then you're constantly there every single step of the way type of thing. I feel like that's what's putting you on, or putting someone on. From the time you're literally making your own platform, putting in the hard work and that, and then other platforms recognize you and like, oh, yo, that guy's doing his thing. That's not making you and that. That's just you putting yourself in the right positions and them thing there and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? So bang all of that out the window. Now we've got the flipping Sidemen clip and that, fam. You know what I mean? Let's see what I got on. Oh, yeah, that's the Maya thing. And I can't lie to you, the Sidemen, I'm not necessarily like on the Sidemen side, but they have every right to be kind of, you know what I mean? Not necessarily pissed because the situation's not that deep and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they have a right to, you get me, like talk out about the situation and that, bro. You know what I mean? Because like I said, there was no reason for Maya Jama to say what she said and that, bro.
I mean, let's get into this. The Maya Jama stuff, then. I can't work out the context of that clip. The Maya Jama stuff.
Oh, congrats on making it from being rich.
That sentence.
Shut up! You've never uttered a word to me. My dad was selling drugs in the alleyway opposite my house. I was stealing the drugs to sell myself. I hate this life, man.
No, Ethan's spitting, man.
No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Don't just assume.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that in
Don't
this
just
industry.
assume.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone off.
And I guess just because we're doing
This is
well,
all
we're
because of the age
successful.
thing, by the way. If I'd have loved it, I would have said, oh, do you know what? I kept it respectful, but fuck you as well.
28% of the Sidemen went to private school.
Yeah, legit. It was literally just me and Simon. That's it.
And keep in mind how none of them are even talking on CHUNKZ, because realistically, bro, you're in a difficult situation. Like I said, CHUNKZ with his friends on both sides and that, bro. Do you know how many clips there would be of content creators being friends with other content creators, doing videos with another content creator that talks bad about that content creator, then the content creator that's stuck in the middle kind of just tries to brush it off, bro? That's happened so many different times and that, bro, because you're in a difficult situation, expecting all of these content creators just because they're on the camera and have a platform to be able to, bro, they're all human beings, bro. The fact that you, man, just expect content creators to just have the correct answer and just act accordingly 24/7, bro, they're human beings, bro. You know what I mean? And
It was literally just me and Simon. That's it.
Well, it's so funny. What a shit clip.
Oh my god.
Congrats for making it from being rich. All right.
And bro, my parents had to work
gonna
2,
say,
3 jobs
there's
just
an
to get
assumption.
me to private
Also,
school.
like in you and Simon's defense, there's private schools and then there's private schools.
Yes,
There's
yeah.
schools where kids
Like
walk
Eton.
out of that with every
Yeah.
connection for the
Yes.
entire industry they need.
Yes.
They walk. They
That's
have
where
the
I
keys.
went, bro.
Yeah.
That's where I went.
You went
In
to
Romford.
the state
That's where I
Eastern
went.
state schools. I'm just saying, like, there's fee-paying schools
Yeah.
that you go to, and every single person there is the child of someone with connection to an industry. You end up working in that industry, and you waltz into that industry. YouTube didn't exist.
Yes.
It's not like JJ launched his channel and said, "Hey, YouTube CEO,
Yeah.
can you give me a quick boost in the
Sort me
algo?"
out real quick.
Like, they were trying to delete your channel, man. They were
You
trying
took
to
an investment
educate
from
you.
your parents as well, right?
Yeah.
Nah, that's all a fact though. But that's literally what I was saying. If you don't have all the information on the situation, just don't say anything, bro. And I think someone was saying in the comments or whatever, where did Vic get balls? Bro, he's standing up for the people, them and that, bro. For himself and also the people around him. It's not like he's saying, yo, when I see your man or see your brother and that, I'm gonna bang him in the face and them things. He's literally standing up for the people around him. Because at the end of the day, someone literally went against them and just said something that they just didn't need to say at the end of the day. The other thing though is the comparing the because this happens a lot in this world and that, bro. There's a reason why every single rapper says my teacher said I wasn't gonna be shit. There's a reason why every single person that ends up getting money says all my days I had to skip meals and them thing there and that, bro. I came from a broken home, because the underdog story is always gonna sell type of thing. So everyone tries to put themselves in that situation. I'm not saying that these guys are capping. What I'm saying is people like to compare trauma a lot and them thing there and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes even like my older sister will say, oh yeah, mum didn't beat you like we did. Yes, she did and that, bro. You just weren't there to see it. Like my mum made me limp one time for a whole week and that, bro. Probably deserved. But I did, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let the whole compare, even sometimes with the man them. I'm saying, yo, I got licked with this, Nana, I got licked with this and that, bro. And people are comparing stories and that, bro, about trauma and them thing. They, oh no, but I had it worse. No, but I had it worse. You know what I'm saying? Let's just leave that alone and that, bro, on every level and them thing there and that, bro. You know what I mean? It gets annoying. But let's even go through some of these comments though. What the hell is the comment section? Or is it below? Actually, before we do that, bro, let's go to Maya's thing and that, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's see what Maya had to say in that, bro, to that whole clip and then thing there. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so this is Maya Jama. So the fact that CHUNKZ had backed what that crooked woman said is outrageous. He didn't back anything, bro. He just tried to move on. You know what I mean? But Maya Jama responded, as people who talk on podcasts, you should know more than anyone about context. Why are you rattled? I was asked who I preferred and clearly said I don't know you. I only mentioned private school because CHUNKZ did earlier. I said congratulations on being rich, not coming from money. Mind how you're talking though, Ethan. So there's a couple of digs in here as well and that, bro. That's the other thing. I can't even lie to you. So as people who talk on podcasts, you should know more than anyone about context. Now, like I said, whoever clipped the clip clipped the most outrageous part of the whole clip and that, and just slapped it up there. But even when we watch the whole clip and that, bro, it's still in context. You know what I mean? They clipped the worst part of the clip, but it's still within context. It's not like they were spinning what you said and that, bro. Like I said, the fact that you said well done for being rich and then did the like I don't know what that was, bro. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't anything positive or giving props or kudos and that. Like, let's not do that. You know what I mean? And then said, why are you rattled and that? And then she said, I was asked who I preferred and clearly said, I don't know you. Even that, I don't know you and that, bro. That's another dig. Because you know, that's like the celeb thing and that, bro. Like, who are you? You're a fan. I don't know you. That's another dig. I can't even lie to you. And then she said, I only mentioned private school because CHUNKZ did earlier. That I didn't see because I started to actually watch the podcast in real time, but I only watched like 20 minutes. Because I feel like sometimes when I go into these podcasts, I'm also expecting like it just to be jokes. And I watch podcasts, bro. Every single type of podcast and that, from serious ones, funny ones, all of that type of stuff. But when I'm watching like CHUNKZ or Harry Pinero, I think I just expect it to be like humor and then seeing all these different content creators just in a funny light type of thing, then busting jokes, all of that. But then the way this one started, it was more so about Maya's life and how she came up and everything there. So I was like, okay, Celeste, it's not what I expected, so I'm gonna just watch it at a later date. Then this came about and that, bro, before I could even go back to it, fam. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I only mentioned private school because the congratulations on being was not coming from money, but he didn't say that though. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's the whole assumption thing and that, bro. You don't know any of these man's story. And that's the other thing. I feel like people, when certain titles are attached to your name and that, bro, like, oh, you went to private school, or for example, if a black person or what do you call it, or Asian person in them thing there sees like a white person, assumes that they've had it good for their life, or you know what I'm saying, like there's certain things that when it's attached to your name, people automatically assume that you had a quote unquote good life and that, but that's not the case. You know what I mean? Because it's not just like KSI said, it's not just parents who have it all figured out and have financial stability and financial security or whatever that send their kids to private schools and that. There's people and parents out here and that, fam, that don't have the means to do so and that, bro, but they will find a way. And shout out to those parents and that, fam. You know what I mean? Shout out to those parents. You know what I mean? That go above and beyond to put their children in the right position. But yeah, this whole situation it's not dumb, because like I said, Sidemen do have a right to kind of be, you know what I'm saying, annoyed about the situation, because Maya didn't need to say what she said type of thing. Well, the first half calm, the second half and that, bro, you just chatting for chatting sakes. We probably can just end it there still. Obviously, we got all the comments and that, bro. But I feel like I said, people are more so on the Sidemen side, and everyone's saying the kind of like the same thing and just sticking up for, especially Ethan as well. Someone said Ethan can say whatever the F he wants. He's a king. You know what I'm saying and that, bro. Wait a minute. Okay, so I was trying to find the clip of Maya Jama, or where she actually put her comments so that I could read the comments under that, but I literally can't find the clip in that, fam. But yeah, so we're just going to leave it there, but this is probably the last thing that we're going to look at, because this is another thing. She has a point, but let's be honest, she only got her big break and eventual sustained success from Copper 90 due to her looks and personality, which were appealing to a westernized patriarchal standard of what women should be, that she subscribed to and benefited from. No doubt she'll have faced issues due to her ethnic background, but the Sidemen, who I'm not even a fan of, but people always say that, work their asses off to be where they are. Yeah, 2 of them being privately educated probably made it easier to focus on making content, but it's not as if being privately educated is a golden ticket to 1 million subs, but they still went through struggles, as they said in them thing there, bro. But that's another thing. 100% when it comes to women and the looks and all that type of stuff, it definitely plays an advantage. I'm not going to say that, but when you say all my days she got a success because of Copper 90, bro, she was the face of all of these videos, I'm assuming. Obviously, I wasn't really watching YouTube during that era and that, bro. You know what I mean? I started watching YouTube like later on and that. But I don't get why people say that, because she was still the face of the thing. She was the one still doing all the interviews and going to all these different places and that, bro. No doubt when it comes to women who are pretty, you definitely get a bit of pretty privilege in that, bro. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you still got to have talent and do it, because she's got milestone after milestone after milestone after milestone. I think other people were saying that, oh yeah, Stormzy made her and she's known for being Stormzy's girlfriend and them thing there, bro. Like, bro, like that was one little slither. Barely anything was on the internet and that, bro. I feel like the biggest times where that whole relationship was a thing was literally when they broke up or whatever. But her biggest highlights and what people know her for, like you just said, is the Copper 90, the football thing. I think she did a FIFA thing at one point or whatever, and then also the what do you call it, Love Island and all of that stuff. Bro, it had nothing to do with, obviously, no doubt in that, bro, that maybe certain connections and certain behind the scene things would definitely benefit for you being like a quote unquote power couple and that, bro. No doubt. You know what I mean? But all her biggest achievements in that, bro, ain't connected to Stormzy. So that's another thing. But obviously, when people like a certain content creator and another content creator goes against the content creator, they're like, man, I'm just going to start saying anything. But this comment that I literally just read, I thought Broski was literally just going to say a bunch of random ish. Yo, Broski put patriarchal and that man really did a little breakdown. He needs to make a channel. No Kizzy and that. He needs to make a channel and that, family. You get me? Because he has something to say. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. It's been your boy Jazz. And I'm out of here. Yeah. In a bit, people.